rocket like rocket fuel.
It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bag. You ain't geeks, too bad, my bag.
Okay, Coach, on a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Houston Texans. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Ready, Blue 80. Mike 27. Hey, me and you all day. I'm coming after you.
Ryan. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper, and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what he said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they feel like if they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
Check mark. Watching your five. Hey, man.
Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Ready. 55, Mike. Watch the backer.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Ryan. That is incomplete.
Ryan's pass. Thrown away and incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Open man, it's Vernon Davis. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him old reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
51, go!
Throwing again. Ryan. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Julian Edelman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Ready? We're waiting. Oh, you got deep?
36.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Under 10, under 10. Check. Sammy. Hey, orbit.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
To throw is Breeze. Short throw underneath to Hurst. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. To the right side and complete to Hurst. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping them from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Ryan. Completes it right side to Cooper. And they work this out past the 25. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. From midfield now, here's Ryan. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. 2 choke plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Rush in! Rush 61! Down!
Ryan will throw again. And this is caught. It's Cooper. He had 3 catches last week. That one his 3rd on this drive alone.
Championship, baby.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Aaron Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead. Myers connects on the PAT. And it's now 14-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 25-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Watch the slam. Check. Check it backer. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. I'm here. Hey, Foxtrot. Mike's 50. Hey, D-line, let's get it.
Shotgun now for Breeze. Short throw underneath to Hurst. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing.
At their own 20-yard line.
25. Check 55, Mike. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Excellent effort defensively by him. 2 tackles for a loss last week, now 1 here in the first quarter.
He's an absolute disruptor, isn't he? And I think most offenses would love to go against guys who just want to hold the point of attack and try and keep things clean for their linebackers. But when they make those moves and they can get upfield, past the offensive line into the backfield, that's hard to handle.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who could make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41.
Hey, Tuesday.
They give it here to Thompson. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Play action, Ryan. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. J.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Check 51, sub. Check 3.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And he's going to go down again. Geno Atkins, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. So on is Jason Myers. He's hit from as long as 58 in his career. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this one is right down Broadway. And that right there is something we've seen, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
Go!
Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
But let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Breeze. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. William Hayes, the pride of Winston-Salem State, coming in to drop him. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Go.
11.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Watch the run.
There's Breeze. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Unable to stop KJ right there as he slips by for the sack.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Eluding the pressure right. And the pressure gets to him again. Ryan Kerrigan. The offensive line is in tatters as that's now 3 sacks in 3 plays. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. To return is Roberts. Great blocking, nearly sprung in there. 28-yard return. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that.
Touchdown, Houston! Aaron Jones with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And a rout is on here in this first half. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Opposite.
Wildville. Mike 50.
On 2nd and 9. Breeze over the middle. That's caught by Adams. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Hey, check.
21.
50.
Bravo.
Our time. It's our time. Go, Mike 50.
From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. And that will be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Here now Roberts. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. A first update now from Cincinnati, and the Bengals out to the early advantage. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. They go play action now. Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Throwing again on second down. Ryan, and he's got Edelman on the out route. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 11 yards there, first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Mike, you ready? Mike, 47. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
Now a play fake here on first down. Out right here to Herndon. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
To throw again on second down. Ryan. He's got Herndon, his tight end. 7 yards there at a first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far.
Base, 55 to Mike. Check, 55 to Mike. Check.
Here's Ryan to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Let's go, baby. Turn over. Get that ball. Get that ball. Mike, 55. Hey, Sam. 55. Stop your whining. Hey, switch gears. Wide.
Now it's Ryan. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Cooper was the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Ready. Watch it, 5. Here it goes. Watch 11. Watch the twist. Slam. Check 9. 58.
Ryan. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. 9 seconds to play, likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. This time they stay on the ground, and he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Ready. 95-56. 95-56. Someone got man. Alert flare.
They start the second half with Kamara. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Breeze. And his pass incomplete. Hayden Hurst, former first-round pick, the intended target. And now it's 3rd down.
NFL quarterbacks work so hard on their mechanics, and they do so much repetition and practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once the games start. That way it eliminates any type of pressure of the game, pressure of people in your face, all of that. That didn't shine through on that throw, though, did it?
No. A little bit of a dangerous pass and off target, too. Breeze going to throw. He's airing it out for Sanu. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Fielded just inside the 30. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. First play of the drive is a run with Thompson. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't have that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
Protein spill.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Ryan, flush to his right. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now Ryan. To the right side, complete to Taylor. A good pickup there at 22.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. that, and that's what he did.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Tuesday.
Now Jones. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Texans continue to pour it on. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready. Yellow waiting. Mike, number 53. Hey, kill. Check pass. Watch twist. 13.
They go play action here on 1st down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. It's a big play there for Atlanta.
You know they wanted, you know they expect. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Must have been a heck of a halftime speech.
Yeah, maybe just trying to rally the troops back from this deficit. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On 2nd and 11 now. Breeze back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 11. Now Breeze. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Adam Thielen, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons get a bit closer. Extra point up and good by Walsh. And that will shave 1 more off this lead. And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Ready, Blue 80. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me.
Able to slither by to the left side and complete for Julian Edelman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 32 that time.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for him.
That's 21.
Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. J.J. Watt, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Wait! Mike's 47. Mike's 40.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
Let him know.
Now it's Ryan. Over the middle, Julian Edelman. It's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Mike 55. Mike 55. Mike 55. I don't think he's ready.
On 3rd down, Ryan gets this one to Hill. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
I don't know whether I want to be a fly on the wall or not when they hear the explanation of how one of the bigger targets on the field, the tight end can be that wide open and uncovered downfield. Who blew that assignment?
Somebody did.
No doubt about it. There's no way.
They'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Vernon Davis, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Texans add on. Myers connects on the PAT, and that will extend this big lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Mike. Ready. 5-8. Mike. Hey, let's get in them holes. Whip. You kill. Watch the whip. You kill.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. No gain, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Opposite. 53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. Danny. Hey, kill. Let's go.
Hey, Delta.
Number 53. Mike 53.
To throw, it's Breeze. To the right side and complete to Hurst. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Well, if you're going to pass on 3rd and 1, you better get a first down if you complete it. They completed it, but no gain.
The aiming point has to be beyond the first down marker where you throw the ball. 3rd and 1, you can't have anything that's even close to the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you run the risk of what we just saw there, not getting the first down.
Here's Breeze to throw. And now a fumble. The ball's out. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Breeze going to come up here, 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons. Defensively, you've got the nice lead here in the fourth quarter. You're saying, if they want to get a run of a little over 10 yards, that's okay.
I hear what you're doing there, and I think you're onto something. They've loosened up on defense, so don't get fooled by the nice runs you're getting now. You've got to get bigger plays, possibly think about throwing the football a bit more here.
Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. The tackle made by K.J. Wright.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
51 to Mike, boy, 51.
On second down, here's Breeze. They're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. And that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Brings up second and 12.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12. Shotgun now for Breeze. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
Now Breeze on third down. He wants it all for the end zone, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Ready, Blue 80. Back 25. Eat. You must be getting tired of seeing me. Get up.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The reception good for 7. It's third down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. So from the 36 now, first and 10. From the gun, it's Ryan. Flushed out right. He finds Taylor, complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
The Falcons take over first
Let's go,
down
Let's go.
at their own 16-yard line.
Ready. 95-56. 95-56. 5-9. Shit. Ready, touch.
On first down, Breeze. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
0-2.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Looking to throw again on second down. Breeze. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Watch the slant.
From the 45 on second down, Breeze. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Now Breeze. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Here we go. Sammy!
Breeze to throw for it on 4th. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore right there on the coverage. He was draped all over it. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Cut.
Oh, look at this. Ryan's going to throw it. Out right here to Herndon. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
Throwing on second and long. Ryan finding some room at midfield. Over the middle, complete. It's Boyd. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Play action. It's Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Well, the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
1st and 10 at the 33.
Out out of the gun. It's Ryan. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Come on.
Ryan wants to throw it. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them.
Ready. Here we go. Cut it left. 3 down. Got it.
On first down, Ryan looking for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.